Hello and welcome everyone, Stormy Sensei here. We're going to be playing some Star Rail tonight. This is not where I actually am in the world, so I'm just going to wait for the client to connect with the server. And then refresh myself. Where I actually am, which I think is on the Trailblaze Stern.
It's still early. Where to now?
I forgot to do a audio check. Since I'm the only one here right now, yep, audio is good. Alright, last stream we spent a lot of time doing pure fiction. I previously was comfortable with having 11 out of 12 stars, and then I got one really good score with Jinguin once, and then thought maybe I should actually my UI is saying that I'm Harmony MC. I'm not. Okay. Interesting. Here we go. Hey there, Bridget. Are you enjoying your Wii U? I actually saw in the Discord that it looks like you were updating it. I thought that you were going to try to hack it. Shouldn't that mean that you should not be updating it? I actually don't know anything about hacking a Wii U or anything like that, or modding in general. Yes, but as I was saying, I had a brief lapse in judgment yesterday. I should not have spent an hour trying to do pure fiction when I only have one limited 5-star erudition character. Maybe when there's an Elation Path character that does good AoE, I'll finally be good in pure fiction. Or if I pull Hyceland should be good in AoE. That's neither here nor there. Tonight we're going to do story stuff. Was this my most recent? We gone here for sure. I think this is where we need to be. Hey there, Grim. Yes, this was the most recent place we went to. I remember now because I was like starting to fall asleep. And I like went up these stairs and I was like, nope, we should turn around. I'm done for the night. We're starting earlier than usual tonight, and we're also not procrastinating as much either, so we should do pretty well tonight.
This is...
How are you doing tonight, Graham?
Living ones?
Two black-tide creatures. There's a shiny down there. But first, let's defeat some enemies.
Cat and mouse
hit, so I'm just gonna kill this guy. It's way, way, way overkill.
You want to take advantage? Found me. Never hesitate. Our cute play session is over. With enough believers, lies become reality. Yes. I bet your fourth top forever. Triumphant.
You're doing great. Glad to hear it. I'm doing well as well.
What a big haul. I'll be back.
Treasure chest.
The kittens are gonna eat well tonight.
Stixia Fables 2. I don't think that I have Stixia Fables 1. The only Paper Mario I ever played was Paper Mario for the N64. I enjoyed it. I probably would like all the Paper Marios. Probably even the ones that are unpopular. Hmm. Who are you talking to, Bartholos? Can't get in from this side because of the black tide. Assuming that's how I would teleport myself over there. Alright, there's nothing else here.
Could you be the scions of Styxia? Did you hear about the great work that I'm doing here? And have thus arrived to give me the last material that I need for transmutation?
Nope, definitely not. I'm not giving you my soul.
Great work?
Have you heard of the great name of Pollux, perchance?
You don't have to describe it like that, miss.
You have? Then that's good. During the age of myth, a time likely before your birth, I was the unsurpassed zenith of alchemy that none could reach. On the shoals of the River of Souls, I shall make Pollux soar again and bring death back to the world.
But didn't that dragon already bring death to the world?
Oh, looks like you don't know the whole picture.
Lore time.
Well,
Alright.
it's true that the missing girl can grant death to mortals. Pollux, the one who delivered her onto this world, makes it so that humankind cannot die.
Interesting. By converting them into black tide beasts?
So, it's just as I feared. This is my guess. The deceased are supposed to drift down the River of Souls until they reach the end of the West Winds. But this River of Souls was blocked by Pollux's fall.
That's right. That's why it's imperative that I bring the dragon back to the mortal realm and make it soar the skies again. I have long since prepared my alchemical matrix in the tower. Although, I am still missing the most crucial material of all.
That's like him. So he was actually talking about a metaphorical never die. Yeah, there, Latopia.
That final ingredient, the final sacrifice, is none other than the girl who lives out her days with death.
Huh? What's going on? You didn't touch him, did you?
Hey there, Cheesy.
I know that I am no longer capable of carrying out that task. Take this, all of you, and please fulfill that great undertaking on my behalf.
This.
We had been inebriated in Falusa's feast too long before we began to seek divine bestowed death, so that we could be freed from the whims of fate. However, that brought doom upon us. Instead of summoning a supreme god, we encountered a monster that cut off the River of Souls. That detestable dragon Pollux denied all the dead from the gates of the Nether Realm. Unable to rest in peace, these departed spirits engulfed Styxia like a roaring tide. As a result, my city and its people no longer exist. That child is the only person whom I managed to save. Born within the evil dragon's abdomen, she has possessed the talent of death since her birth. She must have been granted to us by the gods as a chance for us to atone for our sins. Please, you must nurture her to adulthood and prevent her from experiencing all of the suffering that we went through.
I promise
Thought so.
that I will care for
Eminent.
her as a mother, that I will protect her from the evils of death.
It's a twist.
My
Eminent already knew who
Fagusa,
she was,
thank you for your kindness.
even before finding her into the winter
Good
wasteland.
Sir Mother, please bless this child with a name. Before I am swept away by the River of Souls, please let me know how I should address her in my next life.
Oh. Like how a transient raven butterfly, a fleeting papilio castor, perches on the twig of death. Castorix. That shall be her name.
That comes from?
The sound's back. What is making that ruckus?
Living ones, don't waste your time bickering. The Netherrealm's wrath is falling upon you.
Black Tide Creations. When did they... Miss, please fight them with caution.
Be careful not to suffer the same fate as those Black Tide creatures.
Everyone, hide behind me! We can do it!
I'll take it on.
Found me. You're falling apart on your own.
Mimi!
Never hesitate!
I'm gonna hold everyone back again! Protect me!
Thanks. That amateur.
That won't do. You can't run!
I'm on it.
Mimi?
Get them!
Fangs and claws got dull. The fear that knows not fear. Too slow.
Oh, this is actually 3.
How are we holding up?
I was expecting 3 of them.
Trust me. We can
Shouldn't
do
matter,
anything.
but still took me by surprise.
I venture forth to hunt. Forever triumphant! Check. Victory is inevitable!
Get them!
Never hesitate!
Our souls. For the feast of strife. Upon their triumphant return.
Oh, Maiday's here. Why is Mayday here?
You?
Lord Mighty?
I mean, I could have probably killed them with... You're venturing in the River of Souls
Lord
as well?
Mighty. You've been through some tough battles once again.
That black tide is endless. My death.
No, he actually died.
Temporary. I will find my path of return and go back to the world of the living and continue my protection.
He's actually just like Blade. So Blade is immortal, but he also dies, but then just comes back to life.
Lord Mighty, I have always wanted to. Why does death reject you?
I'm the one resisting it. I must resist the temptation to go with the flow.
Too stubborn to die? Or to stay dead at least?
I'll go against the current and kill my way out of this cursed nether realm. That is my destiny.
It seems like he's completely focused on resisting the temptation of the dead's whispers. He's working hard every minute to deny death. It seems his battlefield is not limited to the world of the living. Lord Mighty, are you willing to travel with us? We're headed for the Matrix inside that tower to summon Thanatos from their prolonged concealment. It's right. If we can work together and defeat them, you won't have to be troubled by the curse of immortality any longer.
When you say it that way, it sounds like you want him to die.
Let the person who has brushed against death countless times guide your way.
Cass, are you sure you want to do this? The alchemist said he wanted you to be a sacrifice.
I'm not afraid. There's no reason for us to turn back anymore. Rather than standing still, taking action is by far the better option. Perhaps fate might take pity on us today and show some compassion.
Am I getting the new DK game, Donkey Kong Bonanza? Probably not. Or for one thing, I don't have a Switch 2. And it does look like it would be fun. So I actually, even though I streamed and 100% completed Super Mario Odyssey, I didn't actually buy the game. What I did was, I own Breath of the Wild, and a friend of mine owned Odyssey. And we had spent like a month or so, or two, to trading. I don't know how this is going to work with those virtual game cards that the Switch 2 has, but likely that's how I'm going to end up playing it for the first time, is with by swapping game cards with someone, like one of my coworkers. I actually did enjoy Super Mario Odyssey, and this does seem to be basically just like, Donkey Kong Odyssey. So as far as I know, out of my team, I know of 3 people that have Switch 2s already. I'm not one of them. I'm not really going to think about this. I'm just going to kind of put the shapes together, and it's probably going to work out. Yep.
Come on, can you please make it harder next time? Free stuff is always the best.
Hey now. I was hoping that banner would stick around. Oh, anyway. Right now, there's not really a reason for me to have a Switch 2. The only game that I would want to buy on it is the Bravely Default remake. And I'm pretty sure no one's buying that, so I don't have to worry about it being sold out or anything like that. And then Kirby Air Riders is the game number 2. And then maybe once there are another 2 or 3 more games that I absolutely have to buy, then I'll think about it. If Final Fantasy 17 were released on the Switch 2, or if the Final Fantasy Tactics remake is on the Switch 2, or if they like remade the Final Fantasy Tactics Advanced games and put them on the Switch too. Those would be pretty big. Like I would even like that would be 3 games enough for me. Is it like on top of the fact that the Switch 2 needs to have games that I can play, like also I don't really have the time that I need to play all the games that I want to play. Like if I just show off my game library, so this is what's on console storage, but I can actually show like all the stuff that I've downloaded, or not that I've downloaded, that I own. So 112 games, most of which being RPGs, and I actually have them categorized as well. So I have 53 RPGs, 37 total games that I plan on streaming at some point or the other, and so far we've done Star Rail, Forspoken, and Final Fantasy 16. So 3 out of the 37, and I have all of these to go through. So it's like, even if the Switch 2 had the games, and I bought the console and the games, like there's no rush because I will never finish my backlog. So like it's okay if I take my time. Like even if I waited like a whole year or even 2, that'd be okay.
This is going to be difficult. Please calm down. If you were to fall into the icy cold river of souls, I'm afraid that you really would die here.
If I was more powerful, I would be able to carry one person with each limb and fly the 4 of us to the other side. The Rune of Recollection is here, but I can't find the miracle orb anywhere. So weird. Oh, could it be in that collapsed tower in the distance? It's still up to me to step up in a crisis. Wait here. I'll go check things out.
Wait, Mam's gonna go solo? Is that a thing?
Just shout for me when you need my help. Got it. Just leave it to me.
This is new. Oh.
Mem did it.
The pink squirrel is very smart.
I thought I was gonna be able to like move in 3D space with Mem. That would have been really cool.
Why am I a squirrel now?
Alright. They were too smart for me. I'm not allowed to go backwards. Like at all? Yep, not allowed to go backwards at all. There's nothing at all for me to do over here. Alright, let's go forward then.
The miracle's range is limited. Please come a little closer.
Aren't I a good fit for Ornyx's priest?
Of course. You're the most competent priest ever.
Like the purple flame of death, and then when you like go back to the past, it's, you know, nice and orange. Real flowers with butterflies. I wonder what's with that tower in the distance. That's pretty cool looking. I was trying to see if there's a nymph over here in the giant void. Nothing over here to do. Okay, the flower and butterflies are still here.
The alchemical matrix should be behind this door.
Space Acre found. I found a save point, that means the boss is nearby. The golden rule.
Is
that trippy? Oh no, that's Trinan, who died from the Flame Reaver in 3.1.
Free stuff is always the best.
Or is it Trian? I think it's Trian actually. Trinan is still alive, I think. I think this is the final room. Might actually fight the boss here. I don't know if this will be like the end of the story though.
Wow, there are so many of you! It's little Cass and little Gray. Oh, there's also little D and the big puppy! Trian? Aren't you...
Yes, she's dead. That's... yeah.
Get what? I'm getting even more confused.
This is the first time I've encountered a deceased friend while going upstream in the River of Souls.
If My Day can do it, technically couldn't anyone do it? Like, why wouldn't anyone else be able to just walk upstream the River of Souls and just come back to the land of the living?
It really works like this. Just like the other departed spirits we've encountered along the way. I'm also unable to sense the aura of the living on Lady Trian.
Yup, you're right. Trian already knows that she'll not be able to return to everyone's side. But Trian believed that little Cass would eventually return to the Netherrealm. So, Trian has been standing here, at this spot closest to the world of the living, and waiting for little Cass.
Oh. It must have been very tough for you.
But according to what Trian said, we're almost at the entrance of the Netherrealm. Trian promised Treevy and Trinan that when little Cass got here, Trian would get the gift ready and be the first person to run over and welcome you. So, little Cass, don't cry. Please, accept this. We finally finished it.
from left to right, that's Don Hung, and Maide, and Aglaya, and Finon, Casterus, Cypher, Hysolins, Tribi, Anaxa, Trinan, Trian, and the Trailblazer. Even though Cypher wasn't really in the picture when Trian died, she's here. Hysolin's not so much either. Barely, she was barely in the picture, I guess.
This is what Lady Tribi once mentioned. The gift for me that you didn't manage to finish.
The Holy Maiden of Janus. Even when separated by life and death, their thoughts are still connected.
Trian spent a lot of time drawing this. Trian hopes that little Cass likes it.
Seriously. It's seriously a wonderful drawing. Lady Trian.
This is our flame chase journey.
Little Cass, we don't know what your journey was like before. Tribi has always said that it must have been a very harsh and frightening journey.
Of note, everyone is friendly and smiling in this picture except for Anaxa. Even the eyes of Trian, where Maida is smiling and friendly and happy, Anaxa's still grumpy. Worth noting.
But little Cass no longer has anything to fear now, because everyone is here with you in this flame chase journey.
That's right. Only now, when I see Lady Trian's gift, do I realize that I've already obtained so many things I would never have dared to dream of since I embarked on the flame chase journey. It's the first time I've gained so many companions. The first time I picked up the hobbies of crafting and photography. The first time I had dinner with someone else. The first time I went to the market to buy the Chimera doll I'd liked for a very long time and hugged it to sleep. The first time I wore a dress personally made by Lady Aglaya. The first time I went for a walk with Lady Tribi, Lady Trian, and Lady Trinan. The first time I enjoyed the night breeze and looked up at the stars with Miss Hyacinth. The first time I took care of Dromasis with the Trailblazer. Looking back at all these experiences I never thought were possible, it feels as though the scales of my life had shrunk from centuries and decades down to minutes and seconds. And all of them are so precious. I took countless photos in the past, but they're all black and white landscapes. I don't have a single one with friends. If I had known, I would have taken more pictures.
Trian says yes! Trian likes little Cass and would love to take a picture with little Cass.
It's the Death Squad.
Sadly,
Everyone here is dead.
being departed souls, our images cannot be captured in the world of the living.
I thought so too.
Mighty sure knows a lot about being dead.
What? Are we seriously going to leave any room for regret?
There won't be any regrets. This vivid drawing surpasses any photograph from the world of the living.
Little Cass smiled. Treevee, Trinin, and Trian's wishes finally come true!
I remember you once said that fate is not the flowers that bloom at the end of the road, but where people tread beyond the gate. Now, the path that belongs to me is about to reach the end. Thank you for bringing me the final key.
Key? Little Cass, why are you talking in riddles all of a sudden?
I have a feeling that soon, this gift of yours will become the key to saving Mrs. Life.
Yeah, Cypher's in the corner in the background.
That's amazing! Then keep smiling and carry on bravely!
I almost missed her.
Little Cass, Little Gray, everyone, see you tomorrow!
She passed on her own.
Adrian.
The aura of this place. We have indeed reached the end of the stream of souls. If I go any further, I might lose myself. I must leave now, for the black tide still wreaks havoc in the realm of the living. Broken free from the chains of death countless times. This time will be no different.
So, like, what's his physical body doing in the land of the living when he's dead like this? Like, presumably when he fought Encoder in that endless battle where he said that he died multiple times, or Finon said that he died multiple times, like, did Encoder just, like, gloat over his body and then, like, you know, take a nap and then wake up to realize that Mighty was pummeling him again or something like that? Or is his body like fighting on instinct while his soul is in the departed state?
Castorus, will you fulfill your duty for the flame chase?
Oh, she already betrayed us, sorry.
I have yet to make my decision, Lord Mighty.
Mighty would understand. He's also a deserter.
No matter. Make the choice your heart desires. Even if it takes 1,000 years of waiting. I will continue to fight till I die. Then rise from death. Till the miracle descends.
There is one more thing you should know, Lord Mighty.
What is it?
Professor Anaxa may have deduced the principles behind the Era Nova. You and I may be reincarnated as strife and death in the next cycle, becoming calamities wreaking havoc upon the world.
As well as trickery.
I see.
Is that all? Are you going to accept such a fate without complaints?
Do you have a strategy to shatter the shackles of our fate?
I haven't found it yet. Perhaps I never will.
Then, cease wasting your thoughts on futile matters.
What a Crimnoan.
Control what little you can. And when fate's inescapable grasp comes, resist it with the strength of your mighty will.
Thank you, Lord Mighty. I will find the right decision.
In the name of strife, may you meet a fitting end.
This must be the alchemical matrix the spirit mentioned. Let's see. We need to insert Aquila's sky, Georios' earth, Kethali's fire, Fagusa's ocean, and Nestia's love.
Oh no, it's the Planeteers.
It seems our sweet Princess Homebody has made up her mind. In that
Welcome back,
case,
Scribway.
seamstress. I suppose I no longer need to deliver your message. My time is rather precious after all.
Whether you wish to break free from death or not, please, follow your heart. By the promise you once made, I ask that you fulfill your duty one final time. Castorus, please, live as a human, and die as one.
According to that alchemist, the final piece is supposed to be me. However, he is not privy to the past, and therefore cannot see the full picture.
The past?
I saw the twins of death in Kethali's memory, and now I am certain that I was one of them. The trial of the Hand of Shadow demanded taking the life of your family. I died during that trial, falling before the gate to the new world. And my sister, whom I never met, became the Titan Thanatos of this cycle. She was consumed with regret over my death, so she used the Titan's authority to reforge my soul. Yet, it also means she has never revealed herself to anyone, hidden away from the entire world. That's because the Titan she became already fell at the start of everything. They died for me, and now lie in slumber in the River of Souls.
You mean Pollux?
That's right. The River of Souls is no material river. It cannot be blocked by ordinary means. Only a divine corpse can prevent the dead from reaching the next world. And that's why we have to awaken Pollux from death before we can retrieve the core flame of death.
From you?
We have to reforge its body with the power of alchemy.
But Cass, if that alchemist speaks the truth, does that mean you're also part of the dragon body?
Mm-hmm.
According to those departed spirits, I was indeed born as the dragon's twin. But before we talk about that, have you heard the sighs?
I heard them too. So what are those?
I think it's probably the sign of Pollux's wish being fulfilled. They must have realized how heavy a price they'd need to pay when they used their divine authority to resurrect a dead woman. That's why they exerted every ounce of their strength to send me to Styxia, a city that called for death, a land where none is hostile to death. They never saw their wish fulfilled and fell so prematurely, all because they wanted to give me a new life. Pollux must really want to know how their sister has been after giving their all to save her. That wish is the reason Pollux's soul still lingers in the mortal realm even after their fall, quietly watching and documenting every detail of their sister's life.
Ah! So instead of picking up objects on the way here,
we were instead showing things to a strand of yearning that lingers here. Now, we must weave these yearnings together and restore them into Pollux's complete soul.
but all of this is just a hypothesis, right? What if we go through with the ritual and it turns out totally different?
That's fine. As Professor Anaxa often reminds us, such is the nature of alchemy. The true outcome can only be known once the process is complete. This is why alchemy is also known as the miracle of creation. Now, the puzzle of Pollux's yearnings is nearly complete, with only one final piece remaining.
You.
I shall reveal what they have been yearning to know in the alchemical matrix. I will show them my whole life since I left Styxia. Lady Trianne has already drawn a picture of my entire life, and it is now in my hands.
I got earth, wind, fire, water, and heart. Heart's gonna be the Trianne drawing, and then the other four are gonna be the memories of her with Amunet. So being picked up in the winter wasteland, her being handed over to her by her mother, the Queen of Styxia. Her doing her first kill, and her trying to run away or killing her mentor. Scarboy says that you did the 3.3 story. That's the most recent one, right? That's like Cypher and Finon? No, it's not Finon. Finon is 3.5. No, that's not true. 3.4 is Finon and just Finon. There's no one else in the second half. So then 3.3 was Hycelins and Cypher. And then I'm currently doing Anaxa with Casterus. Trying to keep all the versions straight. After I finish this 3.2 story, I'm going to take a break and do the Holy Grail story. It should be pretty short.
Not a good sign to be empty-handed. You can't get rich by waiting.
I already checked there. I got all the notes in this room.
Then, let the ritual begin. And now, the objective is complete. That is all. Such is what Professor Anaxa always says after preparing for an alchemical ritual. And now, Pollux, I shall lift you from the river of souls and reforge your soul. Perhaps you will be disturbed by this, and your body may become horrifying to behold. But if even the slightest trace of your soul remains, the soul that once ferried me to this side of the shore, then please, look at me. I wish to thank you in person. I have obtained everything you sacrificed your divinity for. Lady Amunet.
Did she recognize you? She must be the first soul we can communicate with here, right?
I'm afraid she is just another spirit trapped here, like the rest of them. The only difference is that I was there when she died.
So, if Castor's theory is correct, and Pollux should have been Thanatos but actually died and actually has not had any influence whatsoever on the current cycle of Amphorius, then why are people dying? I mean, well, I know for sure people are dying because the Kremnoans are like glorious death in battle and whatnot. I guess maybe because the core flame works independently regardless of the existence of the Titan. Because presumably, even though Cersei's is stuck with an Axa, people still have reason.
Please, go on. I'm listening. Are you about to tell the story of Styxia?
Yes. You're just as smart as I imagined, but... never mind. Now's not the time.
There's no need to worry, Elder. Take a look around you. You're already at the resting place of the dead.
The world of the dead. But how?
I understand that you chose to remain silent about the story to protect Castorus, the girl who coexists with death. But you no longer need to hide that story. I can assure you that you have protected that girl's life well.
Well, in that case, let me begin. Styxia, the pearl of the ocean, plagued by unwarranted calamity and ravaged by death in the fairy tale. It was the first city-state to shift their faith towards death, even before Idonia did. From where you stand now, I suppose that's a bit hard to believe. Right?
Indeed. I cannot imagine that those from the Era Chrysia, blessed with eternal life, could ever yearn for death.
I have pondered the same question, child. But I am afraid there is no clear answer to it.
Journeys and epics are only glorious and magnificent because all things eventually fade to dust. That's how someone once explained to me why death is necessary to the world. But I still can't take that as the final answer. Would a world without journeys and epics be worse off?
I take it the one who spoke this line was a general, or perhaps a warrior.
It was Nias, right? Nikedor.
However, did find some inspiration in these words. Would you like to hear my thoughts, Castorus?
Please enlighten me, Lady Amunet. Though I have already made up my mind on how to handle the authority and core flame of death. Your words might truly guide me toward the path forward.
You and I are neither warriors nor generals. Therefore, journeys and epics cannot truly resonate with us. But what if I reframe it like this? What if is not a trait bestowed upon mortals by Nestia, but a blessing from death.
Love.
No one ever invented the word cherish in the era when life was eternal. For all the good things in the world could be revisited endlessly, and every bond formed carried no risk of being severed. The so-called Era Chrysia was an age devoid of both virtue and sin. People did not truly live. They simply existed, going through the motions without passion or purpose, then waiting for something to happen. Perhaps the people of Styxia chose to embrace death not out of fascination with its cruel and fearsome side, but instead became fixated and obsessed with the impulses and desires tied to a finite existence.
This is some pretty good writing.
Therefore, death is not a thing of fear and desperation, but
Appreciation.
That's right, Casterus. It is the reason we shed tears when parting ways, and also the original spark that ignited the passion of mortals. If you truly intend to deprive the world of death, then be prepared to witness it return to a state of stagnation.
I understand.
I mean, maybe
the
like
young that
in 3,000 years,
our
I
limited
suppose.
lifespan shapes all that we know and love. Not even the Death Titan has the right to take that away from humankind. Yet.
Because the current people that are alive know what loss is like. So I feel like if you were to suddenly just snap your fingers and take away death, people would still be very appreciative and all the other stuff. The main issue is if those people have children, because their children probably would also still appreciate things because they'd be raised by their parents. But maybe their children's, or like 4 or 5 generations removed. Yeah, I could see that they would kind of just exist at that point.
Nestia's love was the chrysalis of Gold's first blessing, but it most likely wasn't understood by mankind. We only learned to interpret this wonderful gift after Thanatos' arrival. If the world was bereft of death, then the Queen of Styxia wouldn't have played midwife in delivering me into this world. You wouldn't have welcomed me into Idonia, and Aglaya would never have invited me to join the Flame Chase journey. None of these stories would ever have happened, and I would never have lived, let alone found happiness. Thank you, Mother. I will use all the love I've experienced in this long life to complete the final miracle. My teacher, Anaxagoras, grant me the wisdom of all things. I call upon thee, the stripped dead dragon's corpse. Rises from the earth, falls from the sky. As above, so below. This is the greatest power of all powers, unstoppable in this world. The great work that commands all death.
would have been nice to actually be able to borrow
Let's try it this other way.
a
We can do it!
Casters for
Fly,
this.
so I can leave early.
I'll take it off.
Found me!
Is the girl who once saved my life truly gone? Or will you show yourself again once we eradicate this hatred and regret?
Break's over.
Fangs and claws got dull. Never hesitate! I won't do. Too slow.
You can't run.
Here you go, finally.
And I know you're anxious. Shh. Don't be afraid.
Thanks.
I venture forth
Feels way better.
Forever.
triumphant! Victory is inevitable! The fearless knows not fear!
Alright, now we sit there and wait again.
In brief, I will grant you peace. Yes, it's me. I'm back. Yeah, be careful. They may be moving by instinct, but there is fury welling up within them.
And this will be the part where they unleash their super powerful attack. That's not going to happen here, but
I venture forth
That feels way better.
oh, that's where the stone went. Yeah, it was used up resurrecting Pollux. Say the death gives mortals passion, but no one says it about the world beyond the west wind. Well, you're not mortal anymore. You've already died at that point, right? Do people say that the west wind is like, or the place beyond the west wind is a place of no death?
triumphant! Victory is inevitable! Our cute play session is over. With enough
GG.
believers, lies become reality! Yes!
Please. Don't turn back to the Nether Realm.
Oh, death. Sleep in peace. I'm sorry I have to wake you up from ancient death.
It's not
I
that
know
ancient.
you're
Like only
anxious.
about 1,000 years.
Shh. Don't be afraid. Do you remember me? I'm the girl you once carried across the Sea of Souls. I'm sorry I wasn't able to remember you, but with the help of many people, I was finally able to pick up these broken fragments of my past. I'm back, Pollux. know this might not be what you wanted. But I have to do this. So please, carry me across the Sea of Souls again and return me to the Netherrealm, just like you did in the past. Please take me to where the core flame of death rests. I'll be going now.
Great, let's go. You misunderstand.
They may look scary, but as long
What's happening?
What's wrong?
I think I'm done for.
are you...
What's wrong with her?
Her time is almost up. If I don't go now, I'm afraid her soul will return to Thanatos' embrace before me.
What? Oh no! Is there anything we
If
can
only I
do?
didn't spend that extra hour playing
Don't
pure
worry.
fiction.
I promised I would ask Thanatos for the Trailblazers' right to roam the Earth again. Mem, stay here and keep a close watch until I return, all right?
Alright. I'm the best at taking care of others. Go on, Cass. Make sure not to leave yourself with any regrets.
I'll go too. Let's see who gets to the Netherrealm first. It might be me.
That's not funny.
It's a deal then.
I mean, it's not like I passed out. Like, clearly I'm well enough to stay standing.
Please. Wait for me.
After all that, you still ended up back here.
So the legends were true. The Netherrealm really is a sea of flowers.
Yes. Just like the flower fields we tended to back then.
Is that you, Plixia?
Do you remember me?
Technically, no.
I don't have the memories from that time, but I've seen you before during an experiment.
I see. Call me Thanatos, then. It'll be easier. However, since you recognize the name, you must already know everything about Thanatos, right?
Yes. I'm here to reforge the order of life and death in Amphorius.
sister was a sympathetic, but rather sensitive person. Whenever she didn't want to say what was on her mind, she would avoid eye contact and look off into the distance. Just like what you are doing now.
Can you tell me about the last Era Nova? What did you do, Polixia?
Where should I begin? I suppose we can start from the beginning.
Oh boy, grab a snack.
A long, long time ago, there were a pair of like-minded twins. As foretold in the prophecy, they were chosen to be successors to the god of death.
But fate was cruel. The price of attaining divinity was to take the life of our closest kin with our own hands.
That trial was indeed recorded in that memory.
Then you should already know that my sister voluntarily gave up her own life, so that I could ascend as the demigod of death. But I couldn't accept that. Why did we have to kill each other for a future she'd never see herself? That's not fair. So, while weaving the laws of the new world, I shattered the forbidden bottom line for life and death. I reshaped my sister's soul and took the form of the great dragon Pollux to carry her up the River of Souls and back into the mortal realm. But our fates were already decided and manifested in unexpected ways in response to my futile actions. Aging is an unbreakable law of nature laid upon humankind, created at the same time as death. When the living die, their souls will meet Thanatos, who would determine where every soul goes. If the Reaper raises their left hand, the soul is granted death and allowed to enter the Netherrealm to await reincarnation. If they raise their right hand, the soul is rejected by the Netherrealm and returned to the mortal realm to continue walking the earth.
I wonder if these are the fixed laws of death that are apply for every cycle, or whether these are the laws that Polixia herself made for this current cycle.
That's why the Hand of Shadow can only lay down judgment and not embrace another being.
Yes. Death was originally a pair of hands. They were split in twain when we reached the mortal realm, never to touch each other ever again.
Okay.
The half of Thanatos that represents life, the undying human who grants death, that was the curse I forced upon you.
Then, what about you?
As the half of Thanatos representing death, I shoulder the fate of defying death. I died the moment I entered the world of the living. From then on, my Titan also no longer existed in this world. The cycle of life and death stopped. Souls were denied their audience with death, and were left stranded within an ever-rising river of the dead. What irony. My selfish desire to save your life gave you and the world a fate far worse than death.
So those are fixed rules for every cycle. The Authority of Death has two hands. Caster is the alive person that kills people by touching them. And Polixia is the dead person that brings people back to life by touching them.
Then, what was left of my reason was left behind in the Netherrealm, where I've been taking care of these flowers day after day, until there is now a sea of them, all while mulling over the subject of life, death, parting, and enduring an endless loneliness.
Bubbles isn't dead, so we'll just recall Bubbles for now.
Fate is absurd indeed. Our lives were a mirrored image of one another, like a pair of hands. Even so, we arrived at the same destination. We walked different paths, yet experienced the same pain.
I had hoped that maybe you would at least have a good life in this cycle. I'm sorry.
I lived my life well. It didn't go to waste. As far as I'm concerned, you did nothing wrong.
This is also her only life that she has to compare it to. For all we know, her life in her previous cycle was actually way, way better. And if she knew about it, she would actually say, wow, this was just such a terrible life.
Even though I forced the authority of granting death to humanity upon you, a total stranger.
Too many responsibilities were forced upon me in the course of this long journey. I was once lost, even upset. But I realized recently that if it weren't for your blessing, I wouldn't have understood the source of these emotions, nor would I have realized my purpose. I wouldn't have made it here to reunite with my missing half. And we wouldn't be discussing our past while sharing the same view of this landscape.
Earlier, Castorus was like, if death wasn't a thing, then the Queen of Styxia would not have died, and I would not have been taken over by Amunet. Amunet would not have died. I would not have been taken over by Aglaia. I wouldn't have met the Trailblazer. So basically, she's just saying, like, yeah, the actual, point in time of death is pretty bad, but, like, the changes that come from it, in this case, happen to make things good for me. In theory, though, like, she could have had her mother, the Queen of Styxia, die, and then she could have been wandering the empty castle, starving to death for the next couple hundred years, and that would have been pretty terrible, and would have been a negative outcome caused by death as well. But for her case in particular, death has worked out for her.
I wouldn't have understood the meaning of our existence.
The meaning of our existence.
This sea of flowers blooms on dead land, because we sowed it with the seeds of our separation and watered it with our tears of loneliness. Yes, the only thing death is allowed to create are flowers that bloom from blood and tears. That's why Thanatos cannot create living beings at will, nor can the hand of shadow determine a person's remaining days. Because the life and death of mortals should never be dictated by another's will.
Are you saying there's no point in Thanatos' existence?
That's what I was saying. People have been dying this whole time regardless.
No single being can bear the scales of life and death on their own. Not even a god.
She's gonna
life and death
stay and
weigh
help out with
equally
it.
heavy. We both know that now, don't we?
You, too, must have had a difficult life.
So in theory, I'm gonna take a guess here. I'm going to actually die, show up in the nether realm, and then they're going to raise their right hand to send me back to the land of the mortals. Right? That would make sense.
We've taken quite a ridiculous journey together, haven't we? I had a feeling, even back then, that we would meet again one day. Not to embrace one another after a long separation, but to come in search of retribution. Tell me the answer that's already been written, and let us draw this seeming endless fate to a close. It's been far too long. I've waited here for centuries.
Almost a millennium.
Watching day after day as desperate spirits are denied by this lonely wasteland. I always hoped I would see you among them. But I was also afraid of seeing you. I didn't know how I could possibly face you again. But more than anything, I was afraid that you might have forgotten all about me.
I know. But don't you see, Polixia? I made it back anyway. You don't have to shoulder death's authority on your own anymore. It was always meant to be held in two hands anyway. So, let's give our core flame to her, and have her take it back to the mortal realm. Give humanity back their cycle of life and death. Our responsibility as Thanatos was never about picking out favorite souls. We were only meant to watch over life. Let's tend the field together, and create a warm sea of flowers for all the souls to come. What do you think, Polixia?
Yes, just one last step.
I mean, so Castris left Akama with the plan to take the core flame and stop death from happening altogether. But it seems like she's completely flipped at this point and is not only willing to die, but is also willing to allow everyone else to die as well. But it's probably for the best, because I don't actually think that even if she tried to stop death from happening, that it would work based on the conversation that they've had so far.
You shall wither, and through that, the dead will sprout again from the remains, and be reborn with the dead flame. As foretold by the prophecy, Thanatos' authority is only destined for only one person to wield. As the Chrysos heir of death, as their demigod, as a titan, our fated moment has arrived once again.
Just like before.
Yes, just like before.
She's one of those gonna have to die.
Unlike that time, the ones undergoing the trial this time are prepared.
You've made up your mind?
Yes, as dictated by fate. But I won't be afraid, as long as you're here with me. Complete your trial in this life. Grant me the embrace of death, and light the spark of life ablaze. You've been tempered by life and death. I know you'll be able to give this wasteland its first breath of life. Like a raven butterfly, flying swiftly into the netherrealm, perching on the twig of death.
How come she has memories of her mortal life, but Cersei's doesn't? If I had to guess, it's because Thanatos died trying to go to the mortal realm. So like as soon as Aaron Nova started, the very first thing that Polixia did was try to reforge Castor's soul and bring her to the mortal realm, where she like died on the spot. And so because she basically had the memory of Polixia going into the world, and like as they were making the new world, she tried to make Castorus. And because she just immediately died, and souls kind of seem to be stuck where they are. I don't think that souls like move on, basically. That's my headcanon for why. Because Cersei's just kind of moved in. So the other option would be because Cersei's actually lived as a Titan for centuries and eventually forgot her humanity, which I think is probably the actual answer, because they keep on talking about how Aglaya is losing her humanity, and how Trian was like forgetting about stuff from the beginning of her mortal life because she's also lived almost 1,000 years. So like imagine another 1,000 years on top of that. I feel like you'd lose all of your memories, but so those are two headcanon reasons why Polixia may still remember the stuff. And of course you have like the meta reason of, well, they need to give Castorus her time with her sister, so she has to remember her sister. Or at least her sister has to remember her. So because plot would be the third reason, which is, of course, the least satisfying one of the three.
I will. After this, I will remain permanently in the Netherrealm. The River of Souls shall return here and rain down from the sky, scattering souls across the earth. The cycle of life and death will flow once again. The sea of flowers you sowed shall bear countless joyous or sorrowful souls, and bloom evermore.
Thank you. Just one last thing. Can you grant me one wish?
Of course. What is it?
You figure out what the wish is first, and then you say whether you can or can't do it.
Don't forget me.
I promise you, when we meet in the next world, even if I have endured another reincarnation, even if we do not know each other's names, I will still hold you tightly in my arms. Just like what I did when we were born.
I don't think you can promise her that. Like, you could at least remember her as long as you are you, but once you become someone new in the next world, you probably won't actually remember her.
I will bring rest to death. And from now on, stagnant life will once again flow.
And that's how Castor's got her dragon. Even though she was like a playable character for all this time, she only just now got the actual thing that, you know, she actually uses. Alright. You did the whole death thing. Now it's back to politics time.
In the blink of an eye, the 15th entry hour is already at hand.
Really, Cersei's?
When this farce is over, your soul will be placed on the scales of life and death. Are you ready?
No need to ask so many times. Of course I am.
Then why do you drag your feet? Is your fear of crowds holding you back again?
I simply find them too noisy. Paying attention to conceited fools like them would be an utter waste of my time.
Such harsh words. As I see it, you are no less arrogant than they are.
I couldn't agree more.
Oh. I did not expect to hear that from you. Are you not going to refute me?
Is it gonna have to do with from where, from her point of view?
I know myself better than you think I do. At the very least, better than a stowaway like you.
And they say men whose ends are nigh have but kind words. Well, that is exactly why I chose you.
Should I thank you for the compliment?
The hour of the trial has come. Do you have an answer for me? And how will you prove the veracity of your argument?
I suppose there is no point in putting this off any longer. Do you recall where we stopped the last time?
That was like 5 years ago. No, I
You were
don't.
saying that Amphorius's history is cyclical.
Indeed. The demigods that bear the core flames eventually become the new titans at the world's end. Remember what happened on the Holy Mountain? Calypso, Naias. As their destined ends approached, one by one they left this world, leaving only the twins, who are fated to succeed death. Unfortunately, while their journey is consistent with ours, you and Calypso, as well as Encoder and Naias, act as supporting evidence. I can only come up with a rough sketch for my theory of a cyclical history. For all the pains I took to reach this point, I had already lost hope of ever obtaining definitive proof. After all, the past is in the past. Proving that we are the legacies of heroes of the past is a hopeless endeavor. That is, until I met a girl named Polixia and her sister. If Castorus was truly sent from the past to the present for the Titan's self-serving reasons, then having lived through 2 cycles, and with Styxia as the pivot, she will no doubt be the link to connect all of this together. If the Twins of Death can bridge 2 cycles to reunite at the shores of the Sea of Souls, then my hypothesis will no longer be just a hypothesis. And you too will get the answer to your question.
Well, that is all well and good, but how can you be so sure? If there is even the slightest error in your hypothesis, the girl will be shattered.
If I'm wrong, I'll just say, my bad, and move on.
It matters not. The most important quality a scholar must possess is foolhardiness. If you are overly cautious, then you'll never have the gumption to make the first step, and change will never come. Besides, I, an Exagoras, am destined to overturn this farcical world. Come, let us go and teach those pathetic words one final lesson.
the final debate to him.
Let those Chrysos heirs who started this terrible war hear you. Let them hear the voices of the people!
As always, that woman knows how to stir up a crowd.
Professor Anaxa, I thought you'd pass on this.
Everyone must cast their vote, or this assembly would serve no purpose.
Prof, do you truly think it's wise to entrust the fate of the world to an assembly like this?
No, it isn't.
Akuma has stood strong under this system for 1,000 years. It stands to reason that there is purpose in its existence. But that is not what you're asking, is it? What you really want to know is Aglaya making the right decision in entrusting the fate of the world?
I'm on the lookout for Cypher in the background now.
Nothing ever escapes you.
I didn't spend all those years teaching you for nothing. Most people only take 4 years to graduate, if I recall.
To tell the truth, I feel like I'm on my way to an execution chamber instead of a podium. So, do you have an answer to that question?
A 10-time Grove debate champion, Finon. Now, because of NX's words, it's like, is he the 10-time champion because he just didn't graduate for an extra 6 years?
No, I don't.
A lifetime unbeatable record?
Because that question is not yours to ask in the first place. Is Aglaya entrusting the world to you the right decision? Don't make me laugh. That is a question that woman must answer herself. Why are you fretting about this on her behalf? Or have you been seeing yourself as her pawn all this time? Listen up. I'll say this only once. Flip your perspective around and ask yourself this instead. What should I do to ensure that the world doesn't stray from the correct path? That is what you should be thinking about. You still have time, so give it some thought. Oh, and don't bother telling me the answer. Tell it to those begging for salvation from the gods.
Got it. Thank you, Professor Anaxa.
That's Anaxagoras.
Who will you be voting for?
That'll depend on how well you perform. May Cersei safeguard your thoughts.
Was it necessary to give me control? I mean, I guess it's good to give controls periodically because just in case I wanted to quit right now.
Lord Anaxa, you're finally here. The last speaker for the assembly will be taking the stage soon. The resolution will be passed after that. Lady Kindness has reserved a special seat for you. Shall I show you to it? All right. This way, please.
I actually don't necessarily mind things remaining the way they are.
Yeah, I think that he just defeated himself
Silence, if you
by giving Finon the pep talk he needed.
Kynan of Ides Elysiae, virtuous citizen of
Or maybe that was his plan all
and
along.
the last speaker of the assembly.
It's a little double cross situation. In theory, Anaxa could have goaded the elders to having this coup and then having the people vote. And then at the last second, the people end up voting for Finon and the Flame Chase journey. And then now there's like nothing actually stopping them from, you know, just continuing it. Because now the council won't have the power to, you know, sneak behind their backs and do stuff.
Much obliged, Lord Lycus.
I remember him. He's the penniless lad working for Aglaya. Where's Lady Goldweaver? Why is she sending this guy to give the last speech? Is this really the end of
Finon
the
is
Flame
penniless?
Chase journey?
Why? He's a flame
Can this dude
chase
really
person.
bestow kindness? I actually don't necessarily find things remaining the way they are.
By Kefali above, dear citizens of Akima, as you look upon me, so too do I see you. I see your fear and misgivings, the apprehension about the discord between the Chrysos heirs and the Council of Elders, and your uneasiness about the future of the Holy City. Yet, before you contemplate something as grand as the fate of the world, I ask that you look closer. Look beyond the horizon illuminated by Kefali, at the crisis threatening to overwhelm us.
That's what I tried to tell him about.
What?
The Black Tide.
Ides Elysiae, my beloved hometown, is a village forgotten by time. It is a place with the most invigorating breeze and wheat fields that spread all the way to the sea. I once thought that there I would enjoy a lifetime of peace and quiet with my friends and family. How I wish I could invite all of you to that paradise, far from the noise and chatter of the world. Alas, I can't. Because she, and all that she nurtured, all that I loved, they have long been devoured by the Black
Oh
Tide.
no. He's appealing to their emotional
Beloved
side.
home is no more.
He's driving fear into them.
I will never forget the day the Black Tide struck. My father, Hieronymus, fought with a broken sword to his last breath to protect his child. My mother, Aldada, she was ripped apart by monsters. Also, I might live to stand before you here and now. Galba, he was a hunter. But in the end, those arms that once drew a bow instead embraced Piso, his beloved son, as they both breathed their last. Pythias, the teacher, risked her life to save her students, but a burning beam fell on her, crushing her. And what of Livia, her daughter? Did she make it out alive? No, she didn't. Livia, Piso, and so many other children. My childhood friends. They were all swallowed by the Black Tide and turned into monsters.
Kind of makes you wonder why you
I
survived.
kept saying the same thing over and over. Even up until the final moment, I finally steeled my heart and granted them eternal peace with my sword. Why, Fine? Aren't we the best of friends? That is the Black Tide. A looming threat that can bring Akima to its knees any time. Kindness may have promised that with the 3 Titans of Calamity Con, Akima will return to an era Chrysia once more, but Much as it pains me, I must disappoint you. While the demigod of strife has done everything in his power to hold them back, they are still coming. By now, the name of that black-robed swordmaster, the Flame Reaper, has likely echoed throughout the city already. The roaring thunder is a message from the strife demigod. The Flame Reaper has risen from death, and they hunger for the core flames of the gods.
Lies! If such a powerful enemy is indeed approaching, why is Akama still a picture of peace?
We never killed the Flame Reaver, did we? He, like, escaped after we, like... Oh, wait, the Maide crushed him with a little crystal thing. Maybe. I didn't see a body, so I don't think he's dead.
Exactly.
Or ever died.
The city of Akama shows no signs of pandemonium or chaos. And why is that? I beg you, spare a moment to think about this. Are we able to stand here and hold this assembly in peace today because the danger has passed? No. This peace we enjoy is no gift of fate. We are able to stand here today only because the Chrysos heirs have stepped up and shielded Akama from calamity. With her golden threads, Aglaya has preserved and continues to preserve these idyllic days that all of you hold dear. The Council of Elders claims that Aglaya will one day forsake the people because her divinity is eroding her body and soul. But ask yourselves this. Rather than offering her aid and support, why do they choose to watch and push Akama away from the Flame Chase journey? The answer that no one can bring themselves to speak of. A truth stained in blood and buried in greed, fear, and vanity. Allow me to lay it bare before you. It is because the Council of Elders, which bears Akima's history and honor, along with this citizens' assembly we once took so much pride in, are now infested with vermin.
Hello, them's fighting words.
You insolent whelp! How dare you!
It is true that Aglaya has reached her limit. Why? Because she has been working tirelessly to weave the defenses of our holy city against the encroaching evil. All while these vermin are making up baseless accusations about her and scheming in the shadows.
Do you have evidence for this?
Not once has she ever failed Akama. Yet these vermin attempt to tear her apart, tarnishing her name with unfounded allegations. She may have been blessed by divinity, but hasn't her heart always stayed true to humanity? They attempt to mislead you and reduce this assembly to a crude standoff between gods and humans, but citizens of Akama. Once more, I implore you to open your eyes and look at those around you. Examine them closely. Beneath all that finery, do you see the good heart of a human or the poisonous glands of a pest? Make your judgment, then turn your gaze to the demigods whom so many of you regard as cold and merciless. Do you not see the light of humanity in them? And those who wear the mask of humanity yet utter only hurtful, slanderous words. Can you not see that their souls have been corrupted by power? Yet, no matter what your answer is, and no matter who your vote goes to, rest assured that you have nothing to fear. For Aglaya, Trivios, and I will remain your faithful guardians and pledge our lives to upholding your decision. And this vow will stay true until the end of our days, where it will be passed on to future flame chasers. A steadfast and unwavering promise that shall endure through the ages.
At the present time, on the scales of Talenton, those who call for the continuation of the Flame Chase journey, and those who demand its suspension.
Hey there, dude. How was the final grind? Unless you're going to be at it tomorrow. How was the Unite grind? I didn't think this was a good speech. He hasn't given evidence that Alchemist is peaceful because the Demiad is protecting the Black Tide. It's more likely the Black Tide doesn't exist. Well, all the people that have been pouring into the city know that the Black Tide definitely exists because it's been affecting the people, and they've been gathering in refugees from all over Amphorius here. So they know the Black Tide certainly exists. The previous argument that Anexa gave was maybe Kefli's light is actually blocking out the Black Tide, and that's the more like promising argument against all of this, because like there was never any answer to whether Kefli's light actually stopped the Black Tide from coming any closer. I think it's just public knowledge that Aglaya's golden threads weave all throughout Akama. So maybe they just kind of took it as the fact that, like, well, you know, I've got elephant insurance and I don't have an elephant in my yard, so clearly the elephant insurance must be working. But I think that the better part of his speech was the beginning. Like, well, I think that, so he definitely did not say, like, the reason why the Black Tide isn't here. He didn't prove that the Black Tide was stopped by Aglaya. But he did say, here's my personal testimony of how terrible the Black Tide is and how it killed my idyllic town that I thought was going to be peaceful forever, which is going to strike fear into people's hearts. And then calling out that kindness is probably corrupted by power and is secretly evil. He's going to get people doubting their faith, like that's a personal attack. So he's got some pretty good logical fallacies in here, so I feel like, you know, he's the perfect politician. I thought it was a great speech in that regard.
An equal share of votes, resulting in a perfect balance.
Oh, interesting. Equal votes.
As expected. This is the moment when the Flame Chase journey is the closest to its end.
And now it's your turn to vote, Lord Anaxagoras.
Is there anyone else who hasn't voted?
No, you're the last. Cast your vote with care, for your decision will break this impasse.
I have long since made a decision.
Very well. May you bring much needed change to this farcical world.
Oh, so I gotta give the dramatic reveal here. Where are the stairs? There they are. Grinding in, how's this been going? This has been going pretty well. I think we're actually about to finish the 3.2 story, which means that we'll be able to go into 3.3 starting next week. I can't. Okay, I can't talk to Elder Kindness.
I trust you haven't forgotten the world we've envisioned together.
Who will he vote for?
Gotta love the what's it called? That's all you gotta say? Alright. How am I going to vote? Well, I'm definitely, well, I mean, if it were me, I would definitely continue the flame chase journey, because I know too much about how people are still dying, even though the authority of death technically doesn't exist anymore. And like, I don't think I would have gone this far if I were actually in the story, because, you know, the prophecy kept on saying that everyone's going to die except for one person, and then somehow the Trailblazers still decided to sign up and become one of the demigods, which, you know, is a crazy thing to have happened. But then on top of that, even if we were to somehow be the one person remaining at the end of the journey, then wouldn't that mean that we would have to be the one person to bring in the Era Nova? And like, what about trailblazing? What about, you know, traveling the galaxy and all that other stuff? And I guess it's like somewhat fine. Mikhail stayed on Penacony for the rest of his life, and he wasn't necessarily tied to the Astral Express. I got too close to the story thing, so we're gonna do story now.
You've done well, Finan. Given the circumstances, delivering a rousing speech to stir up emotions was a prudent move. Thank you all for your patience. On behalf of the 7 sages of the Grove of Epiphany and the scholars of Amphorius,
Even though there's only one left, because they all died.
am ready to cast my vote. But before that, in the interest of fairness, Lady Goldweaver, I pose a question to you before all who are gathered here. Will you, as Finan has promised, stand by the decision made in the Assembly, regardless of outcome?
In the interest of fairness, I make no promises, lest it should influence your decision.
Very well. I thank you for your honesty.
What's he doing?
The stakes are high. Let's be patient.
Is he about to drop dead?
Cut the act! Who do you think you are, wasting our time like this?
Lord Anaxa, please do not forget that I...
Rule number 1. Do not call me Anaxa. Rule number 2. Never interrupt me. Silence is golden.
I really do think he's just gonna die right before casting the vote. That'd be so dramatic and extra.
What are you waiting for?
Hardship in the world something you will exploit and use to your advantage?
How else am I supposed to make use of this situation where my body and soul are separated? Oh, Circes. Or should I say Calypso. Accompany me on this final journey. Let us journey to the Netherrealm and see how she will substantiate the answer to your question and validate my decision.
He's already dead.
We need only to follow the sound of the tides. You are...
Well done, child. Just as I foresaw, you have achieved great things.
His original alchemy teacher.
Teacher.
What a twist of fate. A blasphemer raised in the doctrines of the Venerationists. It's like a foal kicking its mother in the belly after taking all her milk.
I respect you immensely, sir, but...
You cherish the truth even more. So, child, do not be troubled by the criticisms I have borne. Do not let those voices hinder you as you forge ahead. As the sage of the Venerationists, I am duty-bound to oppose you. But, as your friend and mentor, Anaxagoras, I say, go forth, for the truth is already in your hands.
I will keep that in mind.
Go now, child. Your lonely pursuit is about to welcome a new chapter. And when you reach the end of this journey, may we meet again with the truth before us.
You have my word, sir. May Circe's safeguard your thoughts.
May Circe safeguard your thoughts.
I wonder if there's a equivalent Titan blessing for each of the 12 Titans. May Circe's guard your thoughts. I feel like Zagreus has something like, may your intentions never be known to your enemy or something like that. I'm sure that Encoder has something.
You are right, Empedocles. My lonely pursuit is about to welcome a new chapter. I must be on my way now. May we meet again with the truth before us, Empedocles.
Empedocles.
What are you waiting for? Just cast your vote.
Silence! Silence, everyone!
Behold, Circes, here at the center of the world, I shall write the final step of my proof.
Is he about to transmute
For this
the whole
place
crowd?
Is but one
Surely
step
he wouldn't do
away
that. That would
from
be
the
too
truth.
evil.
Professor, I completed the proof you wanted.
Thank you, Castorus.
The answer is plain as day. My vote goes to the Flame Chase Journey and nothing else.
I have deciphered the truth of this world.
With the balance shattered, the result is clear. Buy carefully into Lenten above, as the Theoros I have observed.
No! Ligus, you can't! Onyxa, what have you done? Have you lost your mind?
Constantly, yes.
I hope you are prepared for the harsh punishment awaiting you. Mark my words, I will make sure that clever head of yours never forgets the price of betrayal.
Have you forgotten? I told you that happens to be one of my rare talents.
You put on such a grand performance just to aid their preposterous flame chase journey.
Performance? No, you are quite mistaken. I may be paranoid by nature, but I've always been known for my honesty. If you really understood me, Lady Kindness, you'd realize that I never had any interest in your pathetic little game of politics. Factions, standpoints, they are jokes in my eyes.
I, singular.
I have never once switched sides. Because I, and I alone, am the truth.
Lady Kindness, with all the citizens here as witnesses, we should honor the spirit of democracy and respect the decision of this assembly. I have observed that Akama has chosen her destiny. This citizens' assembly has resolved to continue the flame chase journey. This resolution shall be put up on the wall of heroes, such that all citizens are aware of the city's way forward.
You! It seems not everyone is ready for the assembly to end. Very well. Let me entertain you for a little longer.
Is he about to reveal the truth to the public?
By your leave, Lord Lycus.
Interesting. Elders and citizens, your attention, please. Stay for a moment more, if you will. Anaxagoras of the Grove of Epiphany has an announcement for the assembly. What is this performance?
I'm going to be your next god.
Just moments ago, all of you made a decision on the fate of Amphorius. As a supporter of the Flame Chase journey, it pleases me to see the choice you have made.
Although, literally half of the population doesn't like the outcome of the vote. Hopefully that doesn't end up being too terrible. There's no way that they like continue bringing up politics in the future patches though. That'd be crazy.
But I regret to say that I still harbor doubts about this outcome. Thus, I hereby challenge this resolution.
What are you doing?
Who among you dare swear to Kepler's name that Era Nova will truly welcome the fairy tale ending that the Chrysos heirs have promised? A beautiful new world free of calamity and madness?
Nonsense! That's impossible! What is he getting at? Of course he...
No one? Must I pick somebody to answer? Very well. You, the one acting so wise and profound, in front of all present here, do you dare swear that it will happen for sure?
Lygus?
No? Fine. Next. You, the one with ignorance written all over your face. Yes, you. Do you dare swear by it in front of the Titan?
What are you trying to do?
Useless. Your turn, then. With that smug look of yours, you must be confident that the Flame Chase journey is the best course to take, right?
Hey! Mind your tongue!
So, no one? I see. In that case, Finan, answer me this. Your speech was filled with such passion just now. How confident, then, are you in making this promise?
Professor, what are you doing?
Let him continue with his
performance.
Will you look at that? Even Finan and Aglaya lack the courage to make such a promise. And what's even more absurd is that no one but I can promise you this new world. And yet, the Assembly passed the resolution anyway. But you needn't worry, because I knew better than to trust you good-for-nothings. That is precisely why I am here today. To give you one final lecture. Now listen up and listen well. I, Anaxagoras of the Grove of Epiphany, hereby declare.
And that's when the timer finally goes up and he croaks.
Everything that the Flame Chase journey promises is true. Finan of Ides Elysiae, the prophesized demigod who shall succeed Kefali, will reforge each and every one of us in the new world with his complete, intact memories.
What?
The core flame-bearing titans were the Chrysos heirs of yesterday, and the Chrysos heirs who carry the core flames today will become the titans of tomorrow. All of our souls shall endure for eternity in the miracle of the World-Bearer, and all under Kefali's protection shall step into that new world.
Yeah, he revealed this truth to everyone. But there's a subtleness in there.
What?
He says that Finan has...
Are you saying that we must bow down to you and worship you even in our next lives?
He called out Finan in particular, that Finan's going to be the one to remake everybody, which is new information.
You blasphemous imbecile! How dare you try to deceive us with all these lies and falsehoods? How can you prove?
I told you, don't interrupt me. But since you've asked, I shall be kind and indulge you. My statements are based on my experiments on the divine body of Kefali themselves. You heard me correctly, everyone. With the tacit approval of kindness and the council.
Tacit approval.
I fused my soul with a god through alchemy and learned the truth behind Era Nova.
Tacit approval literally just means they didn't say no.
What is he talking about? Isn't that pure blasphemy?
It's not blasphemy, it's sacrilege.
The vile, wretched blasphemer, deserve nothing less than death for my sins. And the Council of Elders, which granted me consent and aided in committing this atrocity, should face punishment alongside me.
By the gods, even kindness has betrayed Akuma.
He'll remake you with all your memories? Did he say with all your memories or with all of his intact memories? Yeah. We'll reforge each and every one of us in the new world with his complete intact memories. So it's not that they will be the same, but rather he's keeping track cycle over cycle. But it is interesting that he called out Finan. Like, why doesn't he could have chosen like anyone of the Chrysos heirs. I guess it's because Kefali. I guess he's about to tell us because he literally already fused with Kefali. We're about to get the Sherlock Holmes treatment where he knew the answer all along, or he did something off screen and now he's going to come back and tell us about the stuff he did off screen.
knowledge of his transgressions. He did that on his own. The Council of Elders bears no responsibility for his actions.
He needs to say tacit
Lord
acceptance.
Marcus, as the esteemed Theoros, are you going to simply stand by and allow the Council of Elders to be dragged through the mud?
If the accusation is true, I will acknowledge it. If not, my conscience stands unburdened. Lady Kindness, the reputation of the Council of Elders was not built in a day, nor will it be shattered overnight. Repercussions await those who fool the people, and punishment must be meted out on those who abandon their vows. We should respect this beautiful city and her people. You, Lady Aglaya, the Gold Weaver, I humbly ask that you take on the responsibility.
Aglaya does have the golden threads and could totally just recreate everything that happened.
The fairness of Talantin and the justice of Kefali. Considering the circumstances, and in accordance with Agama's codex, as the only demigod among us, you shall rightfully wield this authority.
The honor is mine to bear.
How is this permitted? Somebody do something. This is how we're supposed to go.
Elders and citizens, silence, if you please. Anaxagoras of the Grove of Epiphany has made his statement clear. As per Akima's codex, I request all present citizens to stand with me in exercising the right of judgment. First, Elder Kindness of Akima and Ligus the Theoros stand accused of neglecting their duties and abusing the law, leading to the egregious blasphemy against a god. In the names of Talantin and Kefali, Akima is to form a committee before the 7th action hour to conduct an investigation and disclose the findings to the public for subsequent judgment.
That's what we deserve!
Curse you!
That's hours from now, and it's an investigation.
Concerning Anaxagoras of the Grove of Epiphany, he has confessed to grave blasphemy against Kefali. In the names of Talantin and Kefali, the accused must be allowed to hear the people's voice prior to the execution, for a chance at a reduced sentence and possible pardon.
Wow. Is it even that big of a deal that he fused souls with Kefali? I guess so.
Professor.
It's okay, he's already dead anyway. Don't worry about it, Fina. Like music to my ears. This is so much unnecessarily long. We've already seen this group of people.
What decision will you make, Lady Goldweaver?
I think we got it after
Enough
the first
of the
one.
hesitation, Aglaya. This is not like you.
Let him die! 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 Let him die!
she stalling for time now in the same way that Anaxis stalled for time before?
Then, in light of the people's voice, ode to Lantern on high, may you bring death upon him.
Can Talanton do that? Can you just like call upon the Law Titan to just strike someone dead? Will it work? And what's gonna happen to Cersei's? Oh, looks like I died.
Flowers. What is this place?
Allow me to reintroduce myself. I bore the name of Castris while walking among the mortals. And now, I stand as the demigod of death, the living side of Thanatos. Welcome to my realm, where the west wind ends.
Oh, I made it. My character arc is finally done.
Every departed soul who has arrived here has expressed the same. Did you know? Every flower here was planted by Thanatos himself. These flowers were originally both lifeless and immortal, but in the first rain brought by the River of Souls, they were given new life, flourishing as the bearers of countless souls. And it is my duty as the Master of Death to tend to their well-being and foster their growth in this serene haven. Similar to the structured cycle of life and death in the mortal world, these flowers too shall wither and fade, returning to the earth and then ascending to the sky with mist and tides. Eventually, they will descend to the mortal land as gentle rain. Every soul undergoes the perpetual cycle of reincarnation, albeit
That explains
in varied
the
forms,
shape of Enforius, the
until
little
the world
infinity
meets
sign,
its
the
end.
Ouroboros.
Yet, sadly, there's no time left for Enforius to wait for when the flowers bloom again. Now, death is the power at my fingertips. It once led the souls of the deceased here, but I shall open the gate of the Netherworld and return you to the realm of the living. In exchange, please take the core flame of death with you and complete the flame chase journey. Do not let our work thus far be in vain. Just like the other demigods, I will stay here and embrace my destiny. That being said, it is not easy to guide a lost soul back to the mortal realm. The whispers of death are sweet and alluring.
Wonder if I can get a false ending with the end credits again if I fail this upcoming section. Just die forever in Enforius' netherworld.
Time exception. I will do everything in my power for the flame chase journey. And for your life, the only life I can save.
No, no other options.
I am glad to hear that.
Don't look back. What if there's a treasure chest, though?
Over here!
I believe in you.
Oh, wow. Like, physical MC right now. Oh, I'm actually forced to walk, so I guess I'll just hold forward then. Resist the land of the dead's temptation and leave the nether realm. It's like my whole story. I'm hearing that there are whispers, but I'm actually not. My volume is actually too low to actually hear what the whispers are. There's something about the. I think it's something along the lines of "I beg of you."
Keep your eyes on the dawn.
Onward. Show me your courage.
Wow, encouragement from a male character? Did not see that coming. Was not on my bingo card.
Partner, we shall become heroes together.
Oh, that was when we were about to fight the Flame Reaver.
Almost there.
Partner, don't you dare lose to the shadows of death. Partner, don't you dare lose to the shadows of death.
I can't walk backwards. I tried my best. I guess I'm forced to actually go forward.
Finally.
We just completely skipped over all of the Sanjo.
Thank you, Castros. Since I've already made it to the end, maybe I can have one last glance at that sea of flowers.
Come on, go ahead. Just look backwards. It's okay. Oh well. Let's go with the fourth option. No one picks the fourth option. Oh.
Fear not, as a touch of red will be awaiting you at the end of the path.
She did actually say that.
It'll guide you and illuminate the way out. By doing so, you'll eventually reunite in the warmth.
Wow, they planned this story out a very long time ago. Oh, turned around. Oh well, it's over. Oh, the Anjo actually showed up for once.
What in the world are these shadows and voices?
All of this is proof that you once lived.
Sounds like Sparkle, maybe?
Your soul, your memories, the years you've journeyed through.
Or is that March?
They revealed, leading you back home. So, continue onward.
Oh, it's probably
Do
Cyrene.
not stop moving forward.
Because this sounds
Do not
similar to a
let
lot of
our
people.
Sacrifice and the support of all who have stood by you be in
That's
vain.
just a little different.
Over here, friend!
Yeah, definitely Cyrene.
Take my hand. Let's go home.
Let the trailblazing continue.
That could have been a trick by death. Hello, friend. Follow me. It's this way.
I'm back.
At last. I knew you could do it. Your soul is still perfectly whole. As if some kind of force is trying its best to keep it together.
Is it the Stellaron?
Is it
Or
Ornyx's
is it
final blessing? Or
the player on the
is it a
outside?
miracle of your own? It's truly incredible. Such a strange surge of familiarity. So hard to describe. Perhaps it is fate, once again fulfilling its
Unless you waited to finish the story.
Becoming a demigod is truly wondrous. It's as if the river of souls is winding its way through the depths of my spirit, transforming with each breath into a fine rain that nourishes the world. Do you recall that prophecy? At the end of the sea of flowers, the souls of the living shall warm thy fingertips, and after an embrace, there shall be eternal separation. I promised you that I would do everything in my power to give it another meaning. Now, as I stand as a demigod, and destiny draws to a close, I can finally end it in a way that is as beautiful as it deserves. The wish I once sought, but could never grasp, is now within reach. In this brand new world, every blooming life will lift its arms in celebration and recount the profound meaning of this very instant. Every touch, every embrace we share will never again be an ice-cold loss. They will radiate with an intense warmth, sowing love far and wide throughout the land. The other shore is very cold. May I borrow your warmth one last time? Thank you for fulfilling this wish of mine. The place I'll be going to is what humans call the Land of Sorrows. But with this heartbeat and the residual heat of this embrace, I shall turn the nether realm into a gentle place of rest. This embrace may be brief, but it's the proof that I once lived. Farewell, then. May we reunite in the new world.
That grand and absurd performance was what you've been seeking your whole life?
I gave up everything in search of truth, and it culminated in this very moment. You, on the other hand, performed as I expected. You did not hesitate when you saw the chance to attain power. It's as if you
crave power, like a fly craves rot.
Those are your words, not mine.
But what you said at the end, did you already know what I had planned for Thynon?
I may have lost an eye, but my vision is clearer than anyone else. You've nearly exhausted your humanity. You're no different from my current state as a walking corpse.
That's true. I've long since burned to ash over the past 1,000 years. Only he is capable of unleashing a raging fire that rivals our final great enemy, Aquila.
So, this is our last chance. How about we let go of the bad blood between us? May I resonate with your core flame, Aglaya?
Is he just gonna take all the core flames?
That's impossible. To persist with your soul thinned to such an extent. You're insane.
Takes one to know one.
Just as you fight to lug your corpse onward to complete your unfinished goals, I have my own reasons for doing this. Until Finan grows into his position as the prophesied leader, I must continue to lead everyone on the flame chase journey. I must keep inching forward, even if only as an empty
She's practically one of her own mannequins.
I've long predicted this was the case, but I didn't think you'd already lost so much. How ironic. We would have avoided so many misunderstandings if you and I had just spoken this candidly before.
Too bad we're both about to die
But
now.
casting aside our ideological differences, there is one thing you and I agree on.
Finan.
Yes. He was born to be a hero. He understands the hearts of the people, and I can confidently say he is a far better leader than you. Only he is capable of fulfilling your mission.
Okay, so Naxa calling out Finan was a logical deduction. So it was basically just a coin flip between Hyacinth and Finan, because everyone else is basically dead. Castorus is dead, he's dead, Aglaya is dead. Trailblazer is technically dead. He doesn't know that I'm about to be brought back to life. And technically, I don't think Hyacinth... It could have been Cypher as well, but he probably would not have chosen Cypher. I thought that there was something that he actually learned from Kefali to make it so that he claimed that Finan will remake everybody using his intact memories. But it's just he knew Aglaya's plan from thinking.
Sadly, he is a man cursed by Nestia. But by my estimates, his horribly elaborate sense of style should not impede Aranova.
Congratulations are in order. We found common ground.
Are they about to die right now?
Destined paths.
This would be
When you
very
put it that
unceremonious.
way, it makes me want to take back what I said.
Aglaya, we're back.
Even Don Hung.
Come welcome our great hero reborn from the ashes.
I hope he didn't hear your earlier assessment.
It wouldn't be the first time I criticized him. A man should be aware of his own shortcomings.
Is that like the end of the end? Because it's like 1 a.m. already. See. Oh, you know what it would tell me? The actual mission itself. Oh, man. Can I just leave? Let's see if I can just leave. Well, this is the space anchor, so of course I can just kind of leave, right? Why don't I have access to that other warp zone? Is it because it's in the past, maybe? It looks like I never actually interacted with it. Alright, I'm able to just leave. So we will do that the next time we stream. These are actually NPCs in this world, okay. Could be another minute, could be another hour, who knows exactly. Like, they just gave me an achievement. So usually they space those out between very long dialogue things. But all I had to do is just return the core flame, right? It should be super simple and straightforward. Like, Casters is dead, Anax is going to be sentenced, Kynus is under investigation, Aglaya is basically dead. So it could be anyone. Or it could be any amount of time, I suppose. That's a famous quote, but I don't remember where I've heard that before. I mean, they like changed some of the stuff, like instead of city state it was like something else. Since I don't know if this butterfly is going to just completely disappear when I leave or stop talking to it, I'm just going to go through all the dialogue options right now. Oh no. Oh no. Okay, I definitely have to be able to, because I have to get to the second group of dialogue options. During the American Revolution, I regret that I have but one life to give for my country. Thanks for the fact check. I knew that that was a famous quote that I heard somewhere before. Alright, we're going to call it there. The next time we stream, we're going to finish off 3.2 and then start the Holy Grail War. Because maybe it'll make sense thematically, but probably not. Well, it definitely won't, because technically we're supposed to still be stranded here in Emphorius. But we're going to ignore that fact for doing the Holy Grail War. Because the Land of Dreams, anything is possible. So you think unless there's hours left. We already fought the final boss and saw the final cutscenes and the splash art for all the stuff. Surely we're almost done. Surely. I need to figure out what puzzle thing I need to do correctly in order to get up here. Go through the black tide, do this thing. Probably if I go back to the last place that Casterus was, with the room to the netherworld, that's probably where this boss is, here. A couple more treasure chests to do, 2 more nymphs to do. I think we did pretty well this one. Yeah, 8 out of 10. Not bad, not bad. I go treasure hunting Bathos style. I'll probably do the treasure hunting off screen. It's already 1 a.m. Gotta go be a responsible adult. My daughter's gonna wake up in like 6 hours, and I'm gonna have to deal with that and be a zombie at work. But maybe I can get some good rest in and actually get in bed before 2 for once. Yeah, we're gonna do Star Rail probably again Sunday night? Probably Sunday night. We'll see though. It all depends on family time. But if you enjoyed the stream, be sure to leave a like. If you want to see more from me, be sure to subscribe. I'm going to try to do Pokemon Unite tomorrow, but I also have to pack for an upcoming trip, so maybe I won't, but maybe I will. It's a new season, so yeah, I'll try to get something going. Yeah, I will see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching. Take care, and goodbye.